Hello and welcome. Every single time we write, we're making a choice, a really important one. Are we there to win an argument, or are we just trying to understand a topic from every angle? Today, we're cracking open the writer's playbook to really master the two key strategies that answer that question: argumentative and discursive writing.
So, let's start with a little question for you. Think about the last thing you wrote. Could be anything. Were you trying to convince someone to get them to see your point of view? Kind of like a persuader? Or were you more like an explorer, mapping out a topic, looking at all the different sides? Just hold on to that thought, because by the end of this, you'll know exactly which hat you were wearing.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll define these two styles. Then, we're going to dive deep into the specific tactics for both playbooks. After that, we'll figure out the best time to use each one, and we'll wrap it all up with a final showdown to see them go head-to-head.
Okay, let's kick things off. At the very heart of it all, the choice between these two writing styles boils down to one simple question. What's your mission? Are you trying to win a debate, or are you trying to truly understand an issue?
I like to think of it like this. You've got the persuader, that's our argumentative writer. They plant a flag in the ground, declare their position, and they will defend that spot with everything they've got. Then you have the explorer, our discursive writer. They pull out a giant map and carefully chart the entire landscape of an issue, showing you all the different roads and viewpoints along the way.
This table really gets to the core of it. Just look at the primary goal. Argumentative writing wants to convince you. Discursive writing, it wants to explore with you. And that one little difference, well, it changes everything. The argumentative writer takes a firm stand, right? They have a thesis. The discursive writer, though, stays neutral. One is trying to settle a debate for good, the other is just trying to make sense of all the complexity.
All right, let's get into our first deep dive. Section 2, the argumentative playbook. This one is for all you persuaders out there listening.
Every powerful argument has to have a rock-solid foundation. And for the persuader, that's the thesis statement. It's that one crystal-clear sentence, usually in the intro, that basically screams, "Here's what I believe, and here's why you should believe it too." It's a total declaration of intent.
And the structure is like a four-step march to victory. First, you state that thesis, loud and proud. Then you build your case with hard facts with solid evidence. Step 3 is a really clever move. You actually bring up the other side's point right before you take it apart. And finally, you wrap it up with a powerful conclusion that leaves zero doubt in anyone's mind.
Now, to pull this off, your language has to be on point. The tone, it has to be assertive, confident. You're going to use phrases that just don't leave any wiggle room, like "it is clear that," or "undoubtedly, the evidence supports." This is not the time to be shy. It's the time to lead the charge.
Okay, let's switch gears completely. Time to open up the Explorer's Playbook. Welcome to Section 3, the Discursive Deep Dive.
So, where the argumentative essay is all about that one single thesis, the discursive essay is all about exploring multiple perspectives. The goal here isn't to prove one thing is right. Nope. It's to give a fair, balanced look at all the major viewpoints on a topic. Think of each paragraph as visiting a totally new region on your map. The structure here totally reflects that explorer's mission. You start by introducing the topic, but you don't pick a side. Then, you spend most of the essay just calmly exploring all the different viewpoints. Your job isn't to deliver a final verdict. It's to give the reader a complete map so they feel empowered to make up their own mind. And of course, the language here is just as crucial. The tone is objective, it's exploratory. You're using phrases that open the conversation up, not shut it down. Things like, "on the other hand," or "another perspective worth considering is." These are basically invitations for the reader to think right along with you. Okay, so we've covered the what and the how. Now, let's talk about the why. Section 4 is all about putting this into practice. When do you decide to be a persuader, and when is it time to be an explorer? It's all about choosing the right tool for the job. All right, let's do a quick pop quiz. You get this essay title. What's your play? Are you going argumentative or discursive? The big, flashing keyword here is should.
You got it. It's argumentative. A question starting with should is a direct challenge, an invitation to take a stand and persuade your reader. It's practically begging for a clear yes or no, followed by a powerful defense of your choice.
Okay, ready for round 2? How about this title? The prompt is to discuss the advantages and disadvantages. What's that word discuss signaling to you? Exactly. This one is tailor-made for the discursive approach. The prompt is literally asking you to explore both sides, the good and the bad.
It wants a balanced map of the whole territory, not a declaration of war on one side. And hey, this isn't just for school essays. You see these styles everywhere. Argumentative writing? That's the engine behind newspaper editorials, fiery debate speeches, even the pitch you make for a new project at work. Discursive writing? That's the foundation of a balanced news report, a deep dive market analysis, and yeah, the textbooks you learn from. Knowing which one to use and when, that's a real-world superpower.
All right, it's time for our final section. Let's really see these two styles go head-to-head and put it all together. It's time for the final showdown. Here's our starting point, a nice, simple, pretty neutral statement. Technology is important for education. Now, let's watch how our two different writers would take this and totally transform it.
So, the argumentative writer, our persuader, might morph that into this. Undoubtedly, integrating technology is the most critical factor for modern education. Wow, it's assertive, it takes a hard line. But the discursive writer, our explorer, they would approach it like this. While technology offers benefits, its potential drawbacks are also worth considering. You see that immediate balance? It's fascinating. One closes the debate, the other one opens it right up.
And so we end up right back where we started. But now you have the entire playbook. Every time you sit down to write, you have a choice. Are you going to be the persuader, fighting to win your reader over to a cause you truly believe in? Or will you be the explorer, guiding them through all the fascinating complexities of a topic? The power is yours. So which writer will you be today?